So since everyone already had a turn to do the sound drill with Miss Castro's going down the list again. So everyone's going to get another turn to be my teacher's assistant. So from my list, I have Nashla as the first student and then Skyla. But since Nashla's not here today, Skyla, can you help us out, please?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to share the cards on the screen. And Skyla is going to be our teacher assistant today. So we're going to follow along with Skyla. Ready, Skyla? Okay. A, apple, A.
A, apple, A.
B, bat, B.
B, bat, B.
C, cat, K.
C, cat, K.
D, dog, D.
D, dog, D.
E, ed, A.
E, ed, A.
F, fun, F.
F, fun.
G, game, G.
G, game, G.
H, hat,
H, hat.
I, itch, I.
I, it's A.
J, jug, J.
J, jug, J.
K, kite, K.
K, kite.
L, lamp, L.
L, lamp, O.
M, man,
M, man,
N, nut,
N, nut,
O, octopus,
O, octopus, R.
P, pan,
P, pen,
Q, U, queen, qua.
Q, U, queen, qua.
R, rat,
R, rat,
S, snake, S.
S, snakes.
T, top, T.
T, top.
U, up,
U, up,
V, van, V.
V, van,
W, wind, W.
W, win, W.
X, fox, X.
X, fox, X.
Y, yellow, Y.
Y, yellow, yeah.
Z, zebra, Z.
Z, zebra, Z.
Perfect. Don't go away yet, Skyla, because you're going to help with the sight words, okay? So
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen. So from now on, everyone's going to get a turn to do the sound drill with Miss Castro, and you're also going to do the sight words. Okay, Skyla, so you're going to repeat the sight word after me. I,
I,
A,
A,
can,
can,
the, you,
Miss Castro, I can't see
me.
the screen. Me.
Okay, hold on. I just heard someone say they cannot see the screen. So let me do that again. Here we go. Okay, Alina, can you see now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's start one more time. Ready, Skyla? I,
A,
can,
the,
you,
you,
me,
me,
and, is, am, on, he, in, it, my, we, to, at, do, go, so, no,
no,
and,
and,
like,
like,
C,
C,
up
up,
and with.
with,
Good. Thank you, Skyla. Don't go away yet. Today, boys and girls, the sight word that we're going to be learning is the sight word to. That's T-O, to. That's not the number 2. This sight word to, you're going to use in a sentence. For example, I like to eat breakfast, or I like to ride my bicycle. So that sight word to is not the number 2. So just not to get it confused, okay? So Skyla, do you want to try doing the vowel extension poster on your own? Okay, go ahead. Start with the first vowel. How do we do it?
apple,
Perfect. Keep going.
E, and,
Perfect. Keep going.
I, H,
Excellent. Keep going.
O, octopus,
Good. Last vowel.
U,
Good job. Thank you so much, Skyla. Okay, Skyla, you can put yourself back on mute. Now Miss Cash is going to get out of here. Let's stop sharing the screen. Okay, so Miss Castro's done with that. And I thank Skyla for helping us out. So what we're going to do now, boys and girls, we're just going to review the letters L, H, and K. Okay, so I'm going to very briefly, I'm going to show you the video of how to form those letters, especially with the letter K, because the letter K can be a little bit tricky. So we're going to get some extra practice today forming those letters, the L, the H, and the K. Okay, so let me share my screen with you.
And put your pointers out straight as a pencil, 2 fingers. And follow my directions. Point to the plane line. Point to the skyline. Point to the grass line. Point to the skyline. Point to the worm line. Point to the skyline. That's where we're going to start today, I think. Let's look at our new letters. Let's take a look at letter L. Did you find it? What kind of letter is L? It's up here on the skyline. It's a skyline letter, so repeat after me. L is a skyline letter. It starts on the skyline. And let me show you how we'll make our letter L. Let's use this marker, I think writes better for you. And I have to pinch my marker, rest it on my table. Okay, repeat after me. Point to the skyline, go down to the grass line, and stop. L, lamp, O. Okay, are you ready? Watch. Let's see how it goes. L is a skyline letter. It starts on the skyline. Point to the skyline, go down to the grass line, and stop. L, lamp, O. Great job. Now let's look at our next letter. Our next letter is H. And what kind of letter is H? Right, so repeat after me. H is a skyline letter. It starts on the skyline. Let's get rid of our L. Point to the skyline, go down to the grass line, trace back up to the plane line, and make a hump. H, hat. Okay, let's skywrite it. Are you ready? Repeat after me. H is a skyline letter. It starts on the skyline. Here we go. Pointers up. Point to the skyline. Go down to the grass line. Trace up to the plane line and make a hump. H, hat. Great job. Let's get ready for our last letter. What's our last letter we learned today? K. Can you find K? Right, it's also a skyline letter. Repeat after me. So it starts on the skyline. Point to the skyline. Go down to the grass line. Point to the plane line and leave a space. Slide over and touch your tall line. Slide back to the grass line. K, kite, K. You want to try? That one's tricky. You have to remember that you have to leave a space so you can slide back over. Here we go. Arms up. Repeat after me. K is a skyline letter. It starts on the skyline. Ready? Point to the skyline. Go down to the grass line. Point to the plane line and leave a space. Slide over and touch your tall line. Slide back down to the grass line.
Okay, boys and girls. So let's review. For the letter L, who can remind Miss Castro what sound does the L make? Dylan, go ahead and unmute yourself, Dylan. What sound does the L make, Dylan? Say it again a little bit louder, Dylan. What sound does the L make?
Yeah, I do, but I signed in right now, and it just shows me.
L.
Okay, let's see if we can help Dylan. Who can remind Dylan? What's the sound of the L? Aaliyah, go ahead.
Like, come on.
L.
Good, that's the sound drill part. So can you tell me, I only want to know, who can help Miss Castro with only the sound? I only want the sound, just the sound. Kimora, would you happen to know, Kimora?
O.
There we go. Say it again louder, Kimora.
O.
So look, boys and girls, your tongue, it's going to stick out a little bit when you make the sound of the L, okay? So it goes like this. Oh, I want to see everyone practice that. Ready? Oh, that's the sound of the letter L. Oh, okay? So again, remember when you're doing the sounds of the L that you're sticking your tongue out a little bit to make that sound. Oh, good job, boys and girls. All right, the next letter, H. Who can help Miss Castro figure out what sound does the H make? Who remembers? Let's see if Kaylin, you have your hand up. Go ahead, Kaylin. Unmute yourself and remind us, how does the H, what sound does it make? You have to unmute yourself, Kaylin. There you go.
H.
Good. So this is the letter H. Do you know what sound the H makes? What sound does it make?
O.
Let's see if we can help our friend Kaylin. Who remembers what's the sound of the letter H? Jace, go ahead. Very good. And the trick that Miss Castro showed you, boys and girls, at the very beginning of the school year is if you put your hand over your mouth, you can feel your breath make the sound of the H like that. So everyone try that. Put your hand in front of your mouth and breathe out the sound of the letter H, which is, everyone do that together. Ready? You don't have to put it like this. Don't cover your mouth. Just put it over your mouth a little bit and do. Good. Excellent job, boys and girls. Okay, now, the sound of the letter K. Who can remind Miss Castro what's the sound of the letter K? Scarlett, go ahead. What's the sound, Scarlett? Do it nice and loud so we can all hear you. There you go. Do it one more time, Scarlett. Excellent. So, boys and girls, the sound of the letter K is K. So remember that by the picture of the kite, okay? K, kite. There's another letter that makes the sound K. Who remembers what's that other letter that makes the sound K? Let's see. Abraham, go ahead and unmute yourself. What's the other letter of the alphabet that makes that same sound? There's another letter that also makes that sound. Jaden, can you tell us what's the other letter that also makes a sound?
I know D.
It sounds like you're saying the letter C, right, Jaden?
Yeah.
Yes, so the letter C, correct, Jaden? Great job, Papi. The other letter that makes a sound is the letter C for a cat, okay? So there's two letters that have that same sound. The letter K and the letter C. C for cat and K for kite. Okay, so those two letters make that same sound. All right, boys and girls, so let me show you today's work on your Google Classroom. Let me get out of here. Hold on one second. Okay, we're gonna make this smaller. Get out of here. I'm gonna show you your Google Classroom page so that way you know what assignments are due today. So today what's already due is the attendance, which everyone has taken care of, so thank you. For today we have this lowercase letter sheet. It's a review of L, H, and K. So they focus on the letters H and K. So you trace the row of H, then you form your own H on each line. Then on the next row, you trace the lowercase k. And remember, the lowercase k, when you have to go in and touch the line, you do it at the plain line, not the skyline. Because if you touch the skyline, that means you're making it a uppercase letter. It's a lowercase letter. So remember that we started off on the skyline, but then you go into the plain line to form the lowercase k. And then you form it yourself on the next row, and then they have you practicing the other letters that we've learned. L, P, J, E, and R. Then you have the sight word of the day, which is the sight word to. So the sheet looks like this. You'll have it in your packets. You have to build the sentence for the sight word to. So the sentence here at the bottom, they have the words like, I read to. That doesn't make any sense at all. So your job, boys and girls, is to cut out those words and to glue it where you see the glue bottle. You have to glue it correctly. So it sounds like this. I like to read, okay? Then you write the sentence on your own where the pencil is, and then you illustrate a picture of you reading, okay? And then those are the two assignments for today for Fundations. So the sight word to, and then the lowercase review of the L, H, and K. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and we're going to continue on to our next lesson.